Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me. I'm a man.
Diamonds in my grill and they can't even spark. Fleas just skimming low key from the trailer park. I'm on fleek, yeah, my vibes are spree. Dropping this verbal lobotomy. Calling out the fakes, yeah, I see that disguise. Talking big game, but it's the cheapest lies. Doing walk-bys, about to expose the weakest of the meager flows. Diamonds in my grill and they can't even spark. Fleas just skimming low key from the trailer park. I'm on fleek, yeah, my vibes are spree. Dropping this verbal lobotomy. Masked up, walk by my pen's a blade. Slicing through the noise that the schemes have made. That paper thin, yeah, the stories don't last. I'm building my empire while they're stuck in the past. Diamonds in my grill and they can't even spark. Fleas just skimming low key from the trailer park. I'm on fleek, yeah, my vibes are spree. Dropping this verbal lobotomy.
Ooh, yeah, what's up, folks? How's it going today, man? Tonight, oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm on the wrong side again. Why am I on the wrong side? How did I get over there?
I don't know.
I like that song. It's fun.
What's funny is I was going through Suno, and that was a song that was just I for some reason I'd set aside. I was like, but I didn't have time to put all the motion in today, so it's like, hey, we'll just do a repeat picture, you know. And later on, I'll probably put something into it. But it was just sitting around undone. I'm like, man, there are dozens of them like that. I was like, man, that's pretty good. I like that one. Why did I abandon it for some reason?
I don't know. It was good. I have a lot of those too. I still have to make that Jamaican one we did, the Rasta song that we did. I still
Oh
have to make
God,
a
that was
video
so
for
funny.
that, for the one with Bruce, and that was
Yeah,
so funny.
that
God,
was a good one.
I
Oh,
need
and
to
that
make a
happened
video for
live.
that. I know. I need to make a video for that. It was the first hit, the first one. Like that never happens where you
Yeah,
hit it.
that
You
thing was
hit
a
it on the,
banger, and it was a live banger. I couldn't
oh,
believe
so
it.
good. I
Like,
still
how
need
does
to
this
make
happen?
video. I know. It was really, that was a good moment for the show. It was a good moment. I did write a new song. I'm very excited. I'm working on it. I'm going to debut it on Monday,
Hell yeah!
when we are also going to have a Rumble exclusive. And
Oh God!
why are
So
we going to have a Rumble exclusive, Tug? Do you want to let everybody know?
last night, let me say, was the first time I have ever sat down and watched the 2L show ever, and it was glorious. It was the
So
best
good.
shit show ever. Oh
I
my
am
God!
nominating them for whatever YouTube awards that there are. I'm nominating that show
For the Razzie, however it
for
worked.
whatever it is. That was the best entertainment I've had all year. They were going at each other's throats. Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Oh my God!
It was so good.
I mean, they were going knives out on stage. They were going knives out in the chat. I mean, you had, God, yeah, you had only me donor, David the donor, like calling out BBB. You had them, man. Some of the stuff they said about him too. Holy God, man! I was like, these people are asking this dude for money, and they're saying what now? Holy God. But yeah, I mean, he wasn't pulling the punches either.
It was so good. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I mean, it was the greatest entertainment. For the first time ever, I did not go over to Shizzy afterwards.
Well,
I
I
had
gotta
to
say,
hear
man,
what was going on, and it was so nuts.
I was listening to Shizzy, and I mean, my email and my text, everything, they just exploded in a flurry. And people were
Well,
like,
Bruce was losing his ever-loving mind. He was screaming, he was screaming over everyone, and he was showing his usual misogynistic tendencies towards lips. And, I just want to say, as much as I dislike that person, I'm really sorry you had to go through that. That was really embarrassing and also uncalled for. Every time she tried to give her opinion on a legal issue, which she has a right to do, to give her opinion. She went to law school. Um, he would interrupt her and belittle her and say things like, "We went over this 5 months ago, 6 months ago. We've already been down these rabbit holes. Stop going down on these rabbit holes, Leslie." Oh God,
between that and,
dude.
oh, so you have also, you have 2L getting legal advice. Okay, she's getting it from, I mean, you think about this array of fine minds here. You got BBB, you got lips, and you got paint chips, and they're all telling her different things that you need to do. None of them can agree. Oh my God, it was glorious. Everything there was glorious.
I think my favorite part was when Only Me in the chat was like, "Dump Luthman and Leslie."
Yeah, actually, he also was like, "Why are we listening to Bruce? Who, he left the case, he abandoned the people," and it's like, yeah, exactly, dude. That's what we've been saying. I mean, he dug a giant hole. These people here, I mean, they're definitely not better off for having him. That's for freaking A sure. And then he bounces. So,
oh God, they had to shut the stream down and go to she called it a bio break in order to get Bruce to stop screaming at the other panelists.
He rage quit. Like, no joke. That's why I named this the rage quit. He did. I mean, he freaking rage quit. Oh, and then they tried to cover it up. They were like, "Oh, he's having audio issues." It's like, audio issues. Yeah, he's screaming himself freaking hoarse. That's what's happening.
Oh my God. When they came back from that bathroom break, he was on mute. Or actually, I'm not even sure if he knew he was on mute. I think maybe the host might have muted him because there was a moment, and I think I was recording when this happened. There was a moment where do you see how our little circles are moving when we talk? On StreamYard, when you're talking, you can see the little gray circle moving. You're talking, but if you're muted, you'll still see the circle, but you won't hear anything. Well, there was a moment where Bruce's circle was moving rapidly,
right?
But you couldn't hear anything, and then he disappeared.
Well, also with hosts, okay, so a lot of people don't realize with a host, I'm just going to do this with Megan. She's sitting there, like she can undo this now because she has control over this too.
Right.
But as a host, I can just look. I'll drop, and you can see the icon pop up on her name. You'll see that.
Blah 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 blah. You've muted yourself.
I'm saying look, I can mute me. I can mute. Yeah, I'm showing off everybody. Look, I can mute me. I can mute her. See, I can mute whoever I want to on the show. So I can mute out anyone, and a lot of people don't realize, like they'll just sit there, they'll run their mouths or whatever, because they think that only you can mute yourself, but now you can mute whoever you want to as a host.
God,
you can burn them off there. Oh my God. But and the lies too. What was so hilarious. So if you missed yesterday, first of all, it was pretty freaking glorious. What we found out was that 2L, when she went to reply to Randy, we're talking about a Fed case 2, by the way, with here. When she went to reply to all the accusations that went on, she didn't reply to the newest thing. She said that she replied to the original, which of course is a garbage thing. Anyway, you can tell that she made some huge mistakes, lied about it all. But the greatest thing was she wanted to say, oh, you know what? After I mailed it in, I figured out I made these mistakes. Oh, no,
you figured it out. Sure you did. You figured it out all on your own. You just happened to notice without anybody saying anything that you replied to claims that weren't there.
Oh,
bullshit.
Yeah, that's like right after our show, we relentlessly mock that shit. It's like, oh my God, we need a damage control stream.
Oh.
It was the best. Oh God, it was so good.
It was so good. It was so funny, man. And listening to her panic on stream, God, that was great. It was good. It was great times. And they were ignoring the chat totally. And the chat got so pissed off. The chat was like, they're just not even reading our comments. They're just focusing on themselves. Yeah, she's focusing on herself because she's freaking the hell out.
Yeah, she
filed the wrong thing. She fucked up big time, like huge. Yeah. And I'm not sure she's going to be able to file an amended complaint. I mean, she can try. I haven't seen anything hit the docket. So she said she was going to file something today. Isn't it weird that nothing has hit the docket? What do you think that means? Isn't it? How come she didn't file that amended complaint? She said she was going to sit up all night and work on.
See, we went over last night. If you missed this for some reason, let me show you what the problem was. Do you still have that note of what the accusations were?
I do. I have my handy dandy little notebook where I write notes while we're on the show, and I have last night's right here in front of me.
Okay.
All right. So the amended complaint had 4 complaints in it that were relating to Fleas. One was deceptive and unfair trade practices, false advertising under the Lanham Act, tortious, not torturous. Leslie keeps saying torturous, which I agree. This lawsuit has been torturous for everyone, but that's not how you say. Someone who went to law school should know how to say tortious. Tortious. Everyone repeat after me. Tortious.
Well, between, one of them accidentally says every now and then tortoise, and the other one says
torturous. You know what else Leslie says? She says litigious, and it makes me scream laughing.
Litigious.
Litigious. Is that like Queen Litigious?
Yeah,
Like, what
I was about to say that sounds like an exotic name, you know. Hi, my name's litigious. Like,
Sweetheart,
what?
it's litigious. Litigious. Learn how to speak the legal language that you were taught in law school. It is not litigious. I'm not a litigious litigant. Like, what?
What in the world?
Litigious.
Litigious.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous, isn't it? We've got tortious interference, torturous interference, and litigious litigants. Anyway, the last one after tortious interference was civil conspiracy.
Okay. Now, out of all of those, what's not there, Megan? What would you say they probably shouldn't be answering an argument for?
That would be, what is defamation?
So this entire argument from page 5 here. I mean,
all the way to like 11.
And to make this clear too, okay, just to show you what kind of an exercise in futility this document is. You have the entire beginning is a soapbox. Okay, there's nothing there. 3 pages, and you get nothing. Then when you go in and you look at the way that this is set up, they also treat the judge like the finder of fact. The judge is going to have to look up these cases. There's no quotation about what it's about. It just randomly throws something in. And we looked up a few of these, and no, you know, it's garbage. But when you go in, like this argument too, this is all about defamation, which again is not part of the claim. So
it isn't. But I know what happened. I know what happened. I know why she did this. And it wasn't because she was responding to claim 1 or the first one. It was not because of that, because she never even got that document. And she's lying if she said she did. She looked at the claim. Now, if you go to do we have the amended complaint handy that we can pull up?
Let me see.
Because I'm going to give you my theory on why this happened.
Number was that
34 5 for hold on. I have it in front of me. It is 35.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yeah. By the way, the Fed 2 case is looking really good on Dropbox. I have been working very diligently.
Thank you, by the way.
And it is there.
You know, I hate these giant disasters when I look at it, like, no, God help me. So I'm glad that you're doing that.
Yeah, well, it's a daunting task. And
it is. Like organizing that mess is
here, I've got
painful.
it. I actually have it up. You do?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I've got it. I'm just bringing it up.
Here, I already got it. You're too slow. I got it. All right.
I'm going to kick you off the screen.
No, you're not going to kick me off the screen. Don't you dare give me out. Damn it.
Look at that. Wasn't that
now I don't have control. I can't scroll, and I want to scroll. Damn it. I want to scroll.
Here, let me look here. Check this out. I'll let you scroll. Right, then.
Thank you. What?
Oops, like I'm not. I'm not just kidding.
All right. This is why she made the whatchamacallit, the mistake. Okay. This is why she made the oversight. She read the first complaint, which did have defamation claims in it. She then, when she got the amended complaint, which she totally got, because I have her in her own words saying she got it and saying that she didn't read it.
Right. That's so amazing. I didn't read. Could you imagine, by the way, here's something that these people amaze me with anyhow. You are being sued for how much money now, Megan? How much is on the line with this?
Oh, God, I think it's over $5 million.
Yeah, so you've got that much money potentially on the line, and you're not reading every freaking document that comes across in this. You really think that it's worth the risk? I would be reading every word. And I would be, first of all, I would have counsel too, but I would be reading every damn word, and I'd have an army picking this thing apart.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But here's why she screwed up. She got to this part, letter B, about Weeks' scheme, and she thought that this was part of the claim, right? We haven't gotten to the claims yet. This is like background information, And it's telling all about how she made false. Here it is. Look at number 29. It says Weeks, as part of a malicious conspiracy to harm Hales, made the following false statements. Now, not all false statements are defamation, but what she did was she construed false statements with defamation. And I know for a fact that she was reading off of this one when she responded. It wasn't the other one. It was this one. But she thought false statements equaled defamation. So she responded to this paragraph here and this paragraph here, 30, all saying that this was alleging defamation, which of course it isn't. This is a bunch of background information about the conspiracy. This is the allegation that there was a conspiracy, and part of her conspiracy consisted of making false claims in these different ways. So then you've got the YouTube links, and then you have many statements that, boy, there's a lot of links. Jeez, how do we get past all this? There we go.
Oh, now when I was scrolling, I was like, good Lord, there's a lot of, and again, making this clear that videos alone are not the problem. I make plenty of videos. It's the statement of facts that come up over and over and over and over and over and over again.
Right. So she just didn't know what she was reading. That's all. And it's really funny that she can't just admit that. And instead, she's making up all these lies about how she never got this document. That's weird. You know why that's weird, Tug?
Why is that?
Because she said she got this document last night. She said she got it. Would you like to see the transcript where she says she got it, but she didn't read it?
Yes, let's check that out, because the story kept shape shifting too. This is the funny thing. They can't even keep their lies straight for an entire show, let alone for weeks.
No, they really can't. I think my screen froze.
Maybe that's where the name Weeks comes from, because they can't keep the lie together from week to week. Huh.
Perhaps that is definitely a possibility. Okay, so we start here where it says, and my motion was a motion to dismiss, and this is what I want to talk about. I want to focus on, because it was after I actually sent in my motion that I caught this.
Got it right. I'm sure you did. Like right off the bat, here's the thing. If they would have made an error like that and they knew about it, you know what they would have done? They would have mentioned it live right then, because they know that we would have ended up catching that stuff. And when we do, we're going to mock them relentlessly.
And then she says, okay, because my motion to dismiss is based on the original complaint. Right. Okay, that's weird. Okay, let's give it to her, maybe. Then let's go down here. She claims then that the second amended, she says about the amended complaint, the only thing he was doing, he asked the court if he could amend the complaint to add Ray. False, and false. He amended the complaint to document 35. That was done. Then he asked the court, because he didn't need the court's permission to amend it once. You need the court's permission to amend it twice.
Right.
He asked permission to amend it again to add Ray when he got his real name. That was document 70 something. So 35 was just the original amended complaint in which the defamation claims were gone. Now here's the admission right here, 612 timestamp. And when I saw the amended complaint, I figured out, okay, it's all the same. The only thing he did was he changed the Weeks scheme to the Lees scheme, because obviously the judge corrected my name, right? I didn't read the whole freaking 74 pages, because why would I think that a lawyer is going to lie to the court and say what he said, right? Oh, so you had it. You didn't read it, but you knew it was 74 pages?
Is that John Cook? Is that you, John Cook? I see in the chat.
Really? For real? Hi, John.
John boy. What's up, John boy?
What's up, John?
By the way,
are you ready to be done with this shit show? You're losing badly. It's time.
No, here's the question, John. For real. When you look at what's happened to you after BBB got involved, don't you think just maybe he dug a pretty damn damn deep hole. I mean, you guys didn't even respond to any of that discovery request, did you? You were supposed to be arguing that after, again, you didn't turn over anything, nor did your lawyer argue a damn thing at all. Oh my God, it's
this
amazing.
advice, the advice you guys are getting, and honestly, all in all seriousness,
Ignore everything. No, that's terrible advice.
The advice that you're all getting from these people that you've trusted is really, really bad, and you really need to stop taking it, and also look into suing Bruce for malpractice, because what he's done to you guys is pretty bad. I'm not a fan, seriously. John. I'm not a fan of yours or Lynette's, but I will tell you that
you've been left in a hole.
You guys got screwed, and it. I don't know. Maybe you guys had it coming. I don't know, but I hate to see it. I hate to see it, because bad lawyering can hurt a lot of people. A lot of people.
Oh man, it did for real. And yeah, you should go back and actually look over everything that happened. Really, get up. Ask an objective lawyer to look over everything.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Don't listen to me. Don't listen to any lawyer out there that's already joined up these people again. You know,
ask Josh Silverman. Ask Silverman. See if you can get an appointment with him, and just ask him to go over to look at the filings that Bruce put in for you guys, and ask him to give you his honest opinion about the type of lawyering that he did. I would, absolutely. Don't listen to us. Don't
listen to any of the noise coming from people that he's brought into this either, because of course they just fall into line. What you need to do is don't listen to a disbarred lawyer. Maybe that's a good thing. Don't listen to a quote unquote retired lawyer either.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. No. Get an actual practicing a real Florida lawyer.
Yeah.
But Silverman is probably
connected to BBB at all.
Silverman's probably your best bet. Like, Silverman actually knows the law. He's a pretty decent lawyer. He has a good reputation for the most part. And, he works really hard. He has a lot of cases. And he would be able to tell you if what Bruce did in your case was normal or really out of this world, wackadoodle crazy. And I hate to tell you, it is the latter, not the former.
I've never seen anything like we've seen here. I've never seen any of this crazy. I also cannot believe that these people keep telling Cook and Preston that third-party violations of a protective order mean direct contact. You do not, it's like the people do not get this. If you're going in, which again, these are screenshotted, when you have channels that are out there that are aiming at a person you have a protective order against, and y'all are asking them to cover, you all are going on when they're making fun of them and more, those kind of things eventually will put you in jail. They will. You watch like that kind of stuff. And for these people to tell you that now that behavior is okay, I've heard them say this stuff repeatedly, saying that it's only direct. Look up indirect communications.
Yeah.
Third party. I mean, that's all you got to do. Indirect communications, third party protective order violations. Just search it.
Well, actually, so we have a real life YouTube example of this right now. Where's that article about Aaron? What happened to him?
Oh my God.
He went straight to jail. And by the way, this is a YouTuber dispute that happened. But for those of you who think that, you're never going to go to jail for third-party contact, think again, because this is violating a restraining order multiple times, which is what you guys have been doing and you continue to do in Ohio. And you think you're going to keep getting away with it.
You can do it digitally. Like, this forum here, you can violate, like she said, with that YouTuber, that's a digital forum. It does not have to be in, IRL. You don't have to be face to face. You don't have to have communications that way, nor do these people that are third party have to do that either. And
so here's what happened. Disgraced morning DJ arrested during sentencing hearing for non-consensual dissemination of schmexual images. This is Aaron Imholt, and this happened in Minnesota. So
that's such a mess.
It is a mess. He shared on a live stream sensitive images with another person on the live stream of another YouTuber's wife. And he got arrested for revenge porn. But he was told, because the court issued an automatic restraining order telling him he was not to have any contact with her or third-party contact, and he was not allowed to talk about her on his radio show, which he continued to do every day. He continued to talk about her. He had other people on his program who talked about her, and this went on every day. So he had a hearing, and he was arrested at the hearing. So the next hearing that you guys get called to in Ohio, just know that this is a possibility. Look at this. Aaron Imholt, former St. Cloud, Minnesota Rockin' 101 host and YouTube podcaster, was arrested on Wednesday, June 25th, after a Stearns County judge's order. According to those in attendance, the judge was frustrated by how Imholt had conducted himself on his YouTube show over the past couple of months. The judge was not happy about this fuzzy violation, said Patrick Melton. News 15 spoke with a representative of the victim, Nick Ricada, who said, "We are thankful that Stearns County is taking the criminal actions of Aaron Imholt seriously. May justice find its way." He did go to jail, and now he's facing yet another sentencing for the violation of the restraining order and the no third-party contact and all of that. It's really serious, and at some point, it's good. Your number's going to be up.
Well, and anybody giving you legal advice telling you that that's not going to happen, yeah. Hey, check the thing I sent you through a text.
Okay.
Just don't mention it.
Okay.
Just look at that. That's their diversion away from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. But I swear they're so desperate to try to sweep up yesterday, because it is so bad. I mean, they're out there, they are eating each other, and they should be. I mean, this is an absolute flaming disaster. I mean, they've done anything to try to redirect her away from it. No wonder you have people like Lips out here filing one of the worst lawsuits I have ever seen in my life. It is terrible. It is an absolute trash fire in the making. But of course, they don't want you paying attention to these other things that are going on.
Mm-hmm. Well, I really think that they were going to do more of that yesterday, but we derailed them.
It was so funny though. I loved watching the chat because they cannot control donor David, only me. I can't control him at all. And you can tell, like, he was asking some legit questions. I mean, honestly, he was like, "Hey, why are we listening to Bruce? What's Paint Chips doing here?"
We should pull up some of those images because the chat images are so good. They're so funny.
I mean, they've got people being like, can we take a break and shut him down? I mean, it's bad. They were begging to have him banned. I mean, again, people like Marla are in there talking shit. She's been talking shit about him from Jump Street. I mean, she's begging him for money. When she pointed out, he was like, "Weren't you begging me for money?" Oh my God, I loved it so much. There's you have MP in there trying to keep everything on track. You have only me in there. Let's see here. Let me pull up a couple of these. This is off the quote unquote fans. You can see him. He's like, "You know what? I'm not looking for friends. I'm looking for truth. Shut up," basically. Oh my God. Yeah, it was so funny. Oh my God.
I liked it when he was like, "Dump Luthman and Leslie."
Yeah.
I'm all for it. Yeah, guys, I know Only Me was in the chat last night, but look, they let him derail that stream last night, which is what caused all the problems. Sometimes you gotta let the trolls just go on by. because
they can't though, because they're hoping to God he'll pick up the bill. They treated him like garbage, whether you like the guy or hate the guy. They want him to pick up the tab, and in order to do that, yeah, they're gonna have to deal with a lot. And they treated him like shit for somebody that they want to put out major dollars. They treated him like absolute garbage.
Oh, Bruce had him. But the reason why they shut the stream down was because Bruce started to have a go at him. It was hilarious. Yep. Do you want to see that part?
Oh yeah, let's see.
Okay, wait. He called him money bags. Oh God, it was hysterical. It was hysterical. Wait, I hit the wrong button. What is my computer doing? No, I wanted to Control F. Money bags. There it is.
That's what, it's funny because I think there are a lot of them going with this. In fact, that used to be the way that they all went at them, but now they have this revisionist history. I'll show you another one applying that after this too.
So trust me, folks, you're not going to want to miss Monday's Rumble exclusive because you are going to hear the clips of this. You're going to hear Bruce screaming at Leslie. You're going to hear Bruce screaming at Only Me. You're going to hear all like his anger at full force. But this just a little whet your taste buds for what's coming on Monday. Here he is. Oh, so now there's Only Me is going to start questioning. Yeah, that's true. Me walking away from the case. You want to start getting into me? Get on stream, Only Me. Let's talk about me abandoning the case, okay? Do you want to read speaker 9?
Sure. Really? Really? I love the 3.
Guys,
really.
Come on. I don't know what's in the air tonight. Is there a phone? Money bags? You got any friends without your money?
Look at that. I mean, money bag. They keep calling him money bags. All of them are doing it again. Like they are spitting in his face over and over. That if the guy doesn't put out money, do you think they wouldn't ban him? Honestly, if it wasn't for money, do you think they wouldn't? Because you can see the disrespect, the contempt, and it was there for months. That's again, they're just pretending. Oh,
they would absolutely ban him. They ban all kinds of people, but not Only Me because he's got money and he will fund people if he thinks he can.
They hope he will. Like I said, it's his money. He can do whatever
he wants with it.
There's a level of self-respect though. When these people they directly spit on you, and they still are doing it. They denied it for a while. But there's a certain, let me put it this way. There's a certain anonymous account user that, I'll leave it at that. You can figure out who it was, but kept talking about in that posting room being somebody that just tries to. And I remember some of the things they said about him for 3 months. It was nasty business. But now, no, none of that happened. Right, except it's still going on.
All right, you be speaker 3.
3, okay.
And I'll be speaker 9 and 8. I guess I'll be 8 too. Okay, go
so
ahead.
3 and who?
And yours 3 and 9.
Okay, because I'm gonna talk to myself there.
Yeah, you gotta talk to yourself.
Okay, it's
or
3.
No, I'll be 9 and you be Bruce. So he's speaker 8. So you can be 3, 9. If you can be 3 and 8, I'll be 9.
Okay, so let's see. Bruce, here he is.
Start with money bags.
Money bags. Money bags. He was so mad. I mean, it was so funny. He was yelling, "Money bags! You got any friends without your money?"
Oh, okay, all right.
I love it. Wow.
We need a break. Hold on. I think I need a bio break. I
Wait, 8 is Bruce, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to hammer that in my brain. There's so many speaker. Think I need big on me, and I'm not going to say it's today. I need
a bio break. Hold on. I need a bio break. Bio break. And then she puts up this ridiculous toilet song about having to pee or something. And this goes on for 5 minutes.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, we've it's a bathroom problem. Yeah, that's it." Oh my God!
I mean, and then when they came back, Bruce didn't say another word, and then he left. He left.
That is beautiful. I mean, he did. He rage quit.
Rage quit.
You have
It
on top of
it was
that.
so great. He also screamed at Leslie a bunch of times, and he like basically called her stupid. He called her stupid in like without saying you're stupid. He was like, "Don't go down that rabbit hole. We did that 6 months ago. You don't know any. Basically, you don't know anything."
You know what? Some of the stuff I agreed with him on. I was like, they don't know this rabbit hole. You know what? I mean, she can have her own opinion, yeah, but you know what? She has no idea. Most of these people have no idea. One thing for Bruce's credit, whether he has made a trash fire out of this or not, he at least knows what the filings say. You know, these fucking people have never even read a filing. They are giving you want to see how bad it is. You know that 2L didn't just file that paper. You know, now she didn't throw anybody under the bus for helping write, but come on, man. You know, come on, really? No way that you just poof that out there. And you know, they were all sharing this stuff, laughing at it. We've seen other images of them coordinating and colluding on stuff. So there is no way that that just happened in a vacuum. None of them managed to notice that. Are you kidding me? That's so amazing. But you have Marla here too. Saying things like, has anyone noticed that the chat is not following the important discussion on the panel, but it's responding to the troll with the mega bucks in the chat? Like, again, that is the mirror of what Bruce is saying. What that tells you, they have an inner circle of these people. And that inner circle, they decide how these conversations go. And they have a rift there because this dude has money. But they do not respect him. They just hope that he will pay for all of this stupid that they have found themselves in.
Yep.
Oh, it's amazing. But, I mean, they still insult him there, too. God, and there's an entire chat full of it. And, I mean, again, he was throwing elbows, too. Like, I'm not saying it wasn't, but oh my God, the way that they do that, they can't even keep the mask on and pretend that they're not insulting this guy.
Nope, they can't. And although Lisa was trying really hard, man, she was like, okay, come on, guys. I mean, I don't even know what any of this is about. Yeah, you do. Stop lying. Everybody knows what it's about. They just are, they wouldn't have put up with his kind of trolling of their chat if he didn't have all this money he was holding over their heads, you know?
Well, see, you can see, Marl, this is what she's like, I don't even have to pretend to help you because, well, he isn't helping anyone but stupid Dave that I know of. Like, see that right there? And you're not helping anyone else, so fuck you. I'm not going to respect you. And also, money. That's the only reason that they would even keep it in, and they didn't last night. You know, they could have ignored the guy. They could have just walked around him, but no, man, no. And you know, the answers coming back were hilarious because here you have him answering back saying, you know, Marla probably isn't the innocent, and he was like, the only people before he was saying the only people I help are the innocent. He's like, well, Marla, I don't think you're innocent.
Yeah, I kind of agree with him. I really agreed with him last night. Only me had me going. He had me at hello last night. It was funny. Funny stuff.
It was an amazing shit show. I've never been able to sit through like 10, 15 minutes of that mess through clips. Oh, but last night I did.
I know. I don't watch it either. I only watch the clips people send me sometimes. I mean, but I had to turn it on last night. I was like, this is too much. I need to know what led to this epic meltdown Bruce is having, because he had a full-on tantrum. And you know what's funny is that, you know, Shara told us that Bruce was screaming at her. Remember? Yep. She said in her deposition that he screamed at her and he belittled her. And Randy put in an email that, you know, he wasn't going to put up with unprofessional behavior and he's not going to scream at him like that again. Remember? He was telling him about his behavior on the phone and how nasty it was. And other people have reported that he loses his cool like that. This might be the first time we've really seen it happen where he was shouting and screaming. He was screaming about the judge. Oh my God, the things
I saw some of that.
things he said about the judge. You want me to bring up some of those? Because
Oh yeah, sure,
my
sure. Look, right
God.
here. By the way, you're talking about the innocent thing too. Again, these are posted, so they're smaller. You know, these are off of. I bet you can see it right at the top there. He was like, "I'll only help the innocent," and he was telling more. You're not innocent.
Yeah, I don't think she's innocent.
Oh my God, that cracked me up. You had 2L in there being like, I don't know what's happening or what's going on. We're trying to figure it out. Don't fight. Don't fight. And, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, in the chat, like not just, I mean, in here, in the chat, you can see them like while they're trying to control the chaos on the panel. They're trying to control the chaos in the chat too. You can see it right there, you know. Oh my God, we're trying to figure out. Don't fight. Don't fight against each other. Holy shit! I mean, it was wild to watch.
Oh my gosh.
Marla's tagging them in, and I mean, you know, this is one of those situations where I think Marla also finds out their worth. What's your worth, Marla? Well, you know. A few dollars, you gonna get dumped like a hot cake too. But you can see she's tagging in, being like, "Oh, 2L, I think somebody's been drinking." They kept fucking just bashing him as a freaking adult alcoholic. I mean, they were saying all kind of horrible things. Maybe he was drinking, maybe not. I don't know, but they again mask off. They're like, well, he has an opinion where it all started with him questioning Bruce. He was like, yo, why are we listening to this guy? And Bruce, I mean, he just, in a fit of rage, that's all it took was for somebody to question the legitimacy of his opinion.
You know, he's never answered why did he leave? He's never answered that other than to make nebulous claims about how his life was in danger. Give it a rest. Give us a break. That's ridiculous. All right, so here's where he goes crazy on the judge. I'll be Leslie, speaker 5. You be Bruce, speaker 8. You ready?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, that's the thing. Even in the deposition, every time you asked him about evidence of profit loss, he says, none of your business. Well, guess what? You don't get to go file lawsuits that you have to show a jury.
Leslie, you weren't around during December deposition days. The judge already knows he's been hit over the head with this. It's been said in front of him. Oh my God, Leslie. It was exposed 2 feet away from him. Oh my God. He could feel Jeremy's breath on his face and my breath on his ear. Wait, no.
Wait, what? Are we talking about a court hearing or an orgy? I'm confused.
Wow, I was like, wait a minute, right? That's how close they were sitting when Jeremy admitted that he had couldn't identify a single customer, couldn't identify a single person who had seen the signs, couldn't identify a single online post calling him a child predator at the time. And the judge heard him admit to all of this after reading the December 2nd depo.
Oh, sorry, scrolling.
Where he went on tirades and kept saying, none of your business, none of your business. The evidence in support of my claims, none of your business. And guess what? The judge did everything since then.
Well, something that stood out to me is one of his deceptive acts he alleges is that donations were made to help Michelle Preston, right? According to his complaint, and that they were never given to where their substantial amount was given. But here's the thing. There's a difference between somebody, a consumer, choosing to make a donation versus a consumer choosing to actually engage in the purchase of a service or a product, okay? A donation is much different than buying a product. He's promising his lawsuit on the Deceptive Trade Practice Act, which encompasses the buying of a service or product. It has nothing to do with donations. So that's one of the things.
I like it. I like how you really dug in that donation. That was good.
It
was very good. You channel there. You're dignifying this as if he's making a serious argument, as if you think, that they think that their claims have any validity or merit. You're just playing their game, Leslie. They're laughing at us. But listen, I'm not going to be so foolish.
That's what really bothers him, is that we're laughing at him.
Yeah. I mean, that is. He gets butthurt over the fact that, I mean, Jesus, he promised.
Go ahead.
What they don't note here, like never gets noted in their arguments, and I hope somebody from the ecosystem there asks this. This man promised that this lawsuit would be over. He said it would have been gone way before, and then it became, well, at least I delayed the lawsuit 5 months. That's the low bar he set to say that there was success.
And now he's going to start screaming over her. This is fun. You ready?
Oh, God. It gets good.
I'm
in litigation
with him, Bruce. I'm in litigation. He was just screaming, saying stuff. Here you are.
Wait, isn't that him though? And Bruce, speaker 8?
No, that's me. It's supposed to be, but he was speaking over her. She's going,
so it's
but
messing
I'm in litigation with him. Bruce, I'm in litigation.
Let's see. Hold people hostage to this crap.
Okay. Listen, I'm in litigation.
Who have a child to raise, and they're being literally held hostage to this crap litigation when it should have been dismissed months ago.
Well, I understand. We can, but it's not dismissed, Bruce, and we have to deal with it. You
got to still plan as if it's not dismissed. Raise her with their time and energy because this judge has allowed this scoundrel, this lying piece of crap who lied on his bar application to become a menace in the Florida bar, who lets him lie to his face over and over in every single writing, every single filing. It comes up with excuse after excuse or ignores it altogether. It's ridiculous. It's
ridiculous. Yes.
Oh, and that's a mix in too, because it says when it has Bruce's name, you can tell, Right.
Oh, and it goes on for 3 months after Bruce. That I was half of the lawsuits I ended up in. When I was a practicing attorney, I had to deal with, we're ridiculous too, but you can't just stop and say it's ridiculous. You got to prepare. I mean, do you understand? And this is him.
Understand? Show me a judge who has been lied to 3 or 4 times on material issues, perjured and suborned, and completely put his hands over his eyes and his fingers and his ears to all of it.
Well, I have about 1 other cases right now in Leon County. Welcome to Florida. I want to compare. Yeah, welcome to Florida. We have 3 cases where the lies were so egregious.
Wait, Leon County. Give me 1 second. I want to look at that.
The lies were so egregious.
Federal court. You can't compare Florida. Welcome to Florida to any federal court. It's too different.
Well, in Florida,
things.
They have to be members of the Florida bar. I mean, you can't go into federal court without being a member of the Florida bar. And a lot of this is politically driven. They have to seek approval by the Florida bar in the state of Florida. I mean, Florida is very different when it comes to bar membership than some of the other states. Florida is one of 12 states that refuses to take AP recommendations. We don't.
Against the Florida politics and bar membership. There's a lot of politics involved. Knows that the case is frivolous. He knows he was lied to. He knows that the false label of extortion was placed on the original complaint. He knows that they didn't have any online posts in the original complaint, so they added a perjured statement.
If he's doing all of this, has anybody done a JQC complaint?
David, he knows that. What?
Well, if he's really doing all of this, it's either one. I mean, let me be devil's advocate. Okay, let me be devil's advocate. I advocate for devils. I'm very good at that. Either the judge isn't getting the story, or the judge is corrupt. First. Hang on. Can I talk? What is the complaint? I'm not going to argue with you, Bruce. I'm just trying to listen.
I'm sorry. I love you saying shit that we went through 6 months ago. We're rehashing. We're going around in circles. How am I going?
Hold on, Bruce. Bruce, we're in another case now. This is a federal 2 case. That's federal 1, and we were going through all that stuff. This is federal 2. All I understand is it's all the same thing, but it's 2 separate cases.
The second case to this guy, it's a related case. It was so related that why didn't he let the freaking amendment the first place? It was so related. No, he said it was unrelated. So he denies the amendment. Okay, related. We'll send it back to him. Let's have, let him have some more fun. It's pro-nonsense judge.
Okay. So federal 2 case. We're on the federal 2 case right now, and we're still dealing with Judge Magistrate Boho because he was given this case. We have yet to want to consent to this magistrate yet, where that falls in. I don't know or what point we're supposed to be asked if we want to deal with the magistrate or not. I don't know. At what point? She has no idea. They already did the consent.
Oh my God, they've done
no idea. They've already done the consent to the magistrate. They both consented. At what point should it have already been asked of us? I don't know. No idea. You would know, Bruce, because you know when it came through last time in the federal 1 case, like where was it that we were asked if we, why is she saying we? Why is Leslie using if we wanted to use the magistrate or not?
I like that. Say again.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
At what point in time were you asked if you wanted to use the magistrate or not into the federal 1 case at one point in time?
What? You have to put it in a 26F report. And so after all the pleadings are closed, which, by the way, we're now at number 79, and still 4 defendants not even certain. 80. Farce. What a farce and a joke.
80. We're at 80, by the way. 80. Didn't he just say 80?
He did. He did. You know what's amazing, though, when you listen to some of this, too? They treat him like he's a moron as well. Like when you listen to that, they're getting a little more brazen about it. Maybe your stranglehold over the case isn't what it was before, you know? Oh,
I screwed up. Speaker 3 is Lisa. I was doing it.
Well,
I forgot.
Yeah, I mean it's so much stupid, so it's okay.
It's so much stupid.
I'm sorry you didn't get the call right.
We're at 80, by the way. 80. All right, I fixed it.
Okay.
I fixed it.
So maybe in 6 months, when everybody was supposed to be in the cases and in case and properly named, and all the motions to dismiss are denied on bullshit grounds, then there will be a 26F meeting. At the time, the parties will decide whether to consent. But guess what? Even if they don't consent, he's still going to do everything. And then it's going to have to be reviewed by the district judge, who rubber stamps it unless anyone or anybody objects to what the magistrate did within 30 days. So that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, he's right. That is what's going to happen. So on the Fed 2 case, the magistrate judge is not technically the trial judge but he is overseeing the case until it gets to the trial.
Right.
And so he's basically the judge. He is the judge. He's the one writing the orders. He's the one reading the motions. And Bruce is right here. It goes to anything.
Unfortunately, Bruce, again, painful as this is to say sometimes, Bruce, out of these idiots, like when I listen to all these idiots and all the clowns are stupid, Bruce is the one that, I mean, look at the legal mindset, first of all. Who are we going to take, with this? Disbarred, quote unquote, retired RPB. So Bruce out of that mix.
He's the only one with an active law license in the
he's
group.
fucking Socrates compared to these people.
It's true. That is true. He tends to know more than any of these people. What is going on in the chat? Oh my goodness.
This is the most embarrassing joke of a farce of a litigation that the federal bench, this case should be taught in law schools as a whole semester should be taught on this case. I'll be the professor, oh my God, or a guest professor to teach about this case. More like you'll be slideshow A, son. Slideshow
Nobody
A.
wants that, Bruce. Nobody wants that.
And how a federal docket can be so abused and manipulated and all the ingredients that go into that. All.
Well, I'd like to know how I was not served with that Second Amendment if it was done. I'm not kicking Bearded off. So I don't know what's going on over there, guys. I don't know what's going on, but Beard is not getting kicked out of my chat. I don't know what's happening, but all I see is him talking about that. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. They would know exactly what's going on if they weren't trying to flash down that money. They would know exactly. They would have already booted someone. I think someone has a "you can't ban them" sign on them. I mean, I really do. I think there's a certain "you cannot ban this member."
Yeah, no, agreed.
But they could before. They certainly silenced him. And you know what? Oh, this right here. I hope only maybe clip this shit right here. I watched it live. And you know what they did? They treated him just like they treat LP. They were deleting his messages out there. They were treating him like a child you have to push off in the corner. Or, like they said, like some alcoholic that everybody wants to ignore. They want to pump him for money, but they don't want to give him his ability to speak. If you go back and you review the chat on that, which they conveniently pulled down, but if you watch the chat, his messages, they just kept poof, 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 disappearing. He was calling out somebody else. There was another member of that called Jeremy Hale's, I'm going to say PDF file, right? And he was even calling that out. He was like, you can't call people that. That's disgusting, And I was like, man, I didn't think I would agree with that. But yeah, there was a lot of elbows being thrown. And they kept deleting his statements like that because God forbid that someone say, hey, that's actually happening. God forbid. See, he was admitting that this stuff has been happening, and they can't have that. They can't have it at all. Anyway, so, and you know what the result of it all of all that, the destruction of.
He was yelling at this point.
Yeah, I can't yell.
You need to do more yelling, more angrier.
I can't yell. Yeah,
Right.
I can't. No, not up to it. If I start to yell anymore, man, I'm gonna. I can't blow my top like Bruce was. That's why Monday you. But remember, there's so much anger in it.
Yes, he was way angry at this point.
The destruction of lives of innocent, indigent people who did not have any choice in this, any choice whatsoever, and their child who can't spend their time raising because of litigations have become a full-time consuming endeavor for them.
Carrie, I'm sorry, I hear you. This case is still moving on, and we still have to answer whatever we're supposed to, and now I'm wondering... How am I sitting with someone with something that is not what I was supposed to be answering based on what I was served with?
Here, I don't understand this. Look, maybe these idiots can respond to this too. How the fuck are you being served with, again, potentially getting life altering amounts of money lost because you lose this case. How are you not reading every scrap of paper that comes through that case? How can you not do? I realize that they're lazy as fuck about other cases, but like the case that this moron, like Lips, put me in, I read every scrap. I have already prepared an atom bomb to drop on that thing. I will destroy it, and I'm already shopping around to make sure that I know how to respond correctly to it, to see if I can get every dollar back out of it. Why have you not been doing that? Why are they sitting in this little insular circle and just listen to these other people? This is how you fucking lose right here.
Especially people without active licenses.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and some of the stuff they tell you is wrong. I mean, just
well, and this
Lanham
Act thing is really, it's niche. Okay, this is a niche thing. This is not a usual lawsuit. This is going to require an attorney with some expertise in this particular area. And, you know, you're not going to be able to fight this pro se. I always tell people, never, ever, ever go pro se. Ever. Just don't do it.
They like to say that anyone that disagrees with their insanity, that, you know, you're puppeted by Hale. Look, we tried to tell you people from go. Like, you don't want to go this direction. I told you from go that when you talk about the case, maybe don't call the guy a PDF file. Maybe don't try to hire people that blame him for the sign thing and try to say, actually, see, number one, I got to think about this yesterday. Their person isn't just saying that the sign it doesn't exist. No, they were trying to say the signs do exist, but Jeremy Hale somehow, when he's in another area, he somehow wrote them. So they kind of admitted that they exist, which is kind of baffling when you think about that. You know, I was going back and thinking about it, and I thought, man, did they admit that those things were real? But you think about all the other things they've noted. Again, the dogs, the embezzlement from church, stuff that they don't follow up with at all. And we've told them over and over again, you probably don't want to go that direction. But oh well. Oh well. You know, they have people out there, they know better, right? They know better. Okay, so you get to spend more of your time, more of your energy, more of your time and energy now to have to unravel that. Well, it's going to be, it's blurring into two people because I think they're talking over each other.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't even create for yourself. You were diligently responding to a bullshit. Oh my gosh, the anger there. The bullshit, frivolous, vexatious lawsuit attacking you for exercising your free speech and practicing your trade as a journalist.
What?
Oh my God, a journalist.
Who's a journalist?
Holy crap! Man.
Who's the journalist in this scenario?
That's why, you know, just remember again. All of these things, remember, they said they're going to come after all of us. Remember, Bruce has been telling us that we're all journalists over and over. I need this clip, by the way. Let me clip this little speech portion by Bruce. I need this later on. So when he's like, oh my God, you know what they said? Well, you know, I was just exercising my free speech and practicing my journalism, baby. You diligently responded to that. And because this douchebag couldn't even have the professionalism to make sure you were properly served with the operative complaint, you did all of that for nothing. And now you got more work to undo this.
Wait, which one is Speaker 9? I don't. Oh, it's Robbie. Oh God, it's Robbie. Okay, wait, hold on.
Time out. Just for the record, still not served.
Scoot over, you prick. I'm still talking. Oh, wait,
can you believe that he jumped in that tirade to make that bad joke?
Oh my God, dude, I would be sitting here like popcorn on, baby.
I mean, that moment was actually made me laugh out loud. I was like, oh my God, Bruce wants to murder him right now.
Hey, by the way, there were over 3,000 of you today. And again, I'm telling you, last night was amazing. It is the only time I would ever recommend even setting eyes on that shit show. But you don't have to go watch that shit show. What you can do is Monday. Megan is going to have Rumble exclusive. So,
it's gonna
you
be
know, get
so
out
good.
there, make sure
It's
that
gonna be so epic.
we got to pump that up. That's going to be a good stream. I mean, tonight is fun, but my God, when you see it for real, it'll blow your mind. So, I mean,
We are
everything
gonna
you
laugh.
imagine it can be. Oh,
We're gonna laugh so hard. Oh, it's gonna be good. So make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Turn on all your notifications. And if you have any breadsticks, send them to Tug tonight. If you
for real.
appreciate the show, throw him a few breadsticks. But also, I saw something in the chat that I wanted to address too. I saw it in the Fleas chat, and it was really sad. Tug, you sent it to me, and it was somebody
yeah.
saying, "I don't know why I keep sending you money. I can't afford it." And they're talking about sending it to Lisa, right? I
Mhm.
can't afford it, and I don't know why I keep doing it. Folks, if there are any of you out there who cannot afford to send super chats or tips, do not do it.
Well,
Take care of yourselves first, feed your families, pay your bills. This is not, nobody wants to take your, like I always tell people, I don't want your ramen money, just want your Starbucks money.
Well, they're
Okay?
also not, again, you know, when we talk about it, I'm like, hey, if you want to help out, you want to support the show, you know where things go. I'm not telling you we're going to donate a fence to this or fucking, you know, we're going to build 17 barn dominium levels. You know? I mean, none of that shit. If you want to help out, you want to keep the show rolling, you enjoy what we do. This is my occupation now. I'm unemployed. I appreciate that. These people, though, they guilt folks into this. Oh man, you know, you saw the talking point. Child, Jeremy Hill, child. But while they're doing it again, they're eating each other. They also, there's only so much room at the top for this thing, for this grift to work. One of the problems they have, they brought Lips on, and I don't think they thought about how the hierarchy is supposed to work out. You know, who's at the top? Well, I think BBB thinks he's at the top. 2L thinks they're at the top. Right now, honestly, Bruce, I hate to tell you, but 2L's on the top. You know, you keep fading. You become more and more insignificant because you are no longer the person controlling access to LP and JC. You know? Yeah, when he's off of that, I mean, really, all he became is another a co-conspirator in this mess, in this madness. Maybe, hell, he could have the best point in the world, but ultimately, he doesn't have a platform. He has helped build these other people's platforms. They can kick him out or turn on him at any time. And boy, oh man, one of them turns in that little inner circle, and it will be madness. But you have Lips coming in. Lips is being shoved onto everything. This terrible legal advice that's being thrown. Yeah, again, I think compared to Lips, Bruce, it makes Bruce look like a freaking genius. You know, some of the stuff I've heard there, like, are you kidding me? Why would you say this? You know, and that's become the overrunning force. And meanwhile, you know, at least Bruce, like this explosion that he had, he could seem somewhat in control. Like Lips is driving people away, like at an insane pace. Paint chips. Now these are people he helped bring in, of course, but how do they fit into it? Well, somebody can't be at the top, and it's beautiful. It's like it's like watching the Thunderdome, you know. I love that movie, by the way, the Thunderdome. You gotta admit, it's been beautiful to watch it. I hope somebody busts out with the Thunderdome speech. Wouldn't that be beautiful?
It's been so long, I don't even remember that movie, other than the like one scene with Grace Jones. Wasn't she in that?
Yeah. You had what's her face? Tina Turner, though.
Oh yeah.
Tina Turner was the main person on that.
It's been so many years that I don't even remember it. But that's my ADD. My memory is so bad that I can watch movies over and over again, and I always forget what's in them. which is
That's so
kind of a
funny.
blessing. And I kind of love that about me because I can be entertained very easily.
God, I remember that so well. I could be like, here's the speech I want to hear, right? Listen on. This is the truth of it. Fighting leads to killing, and killing gets to warring, and that damn near was the death of us all. Look at it now, busted up, and everyone talking about hard rain. But we've learned by the dust of them all. Part of town learn. Now, when men get to fighting, it happens here, right here on 2L. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. That's right.
Oh God, that's what they should do. They should turn their podcast, their YouTube channel, into a blood sport channel where warring factions come to fight it out.
Yeah,
I
well,
love it.
they should fight it out. God, if they put on a show like that every day, holy shit, I'd watch that.
Oh God, it was fantastic.
I would. Oh my God, man! But ultimately, you could tell like none of that was scripted. That was amazing. Oh, I was so happy with last night. I couldn't believe, like, people were like, Doug, watch this. And I was like, no way. I'm not watching that. That is not happening. And then when I was like, oh my God, you folks were right. I even said, I watched So You Don't Have To. I noticed that they cut off about 20 minutes.
She missed it.
Yeah.
She missed
Yeah.
the whole thing.
I even noted in there, I was like, you need to rewatch. This is the only time I'll be the one telling you.
She said she got so many messages that she had to go back and rewatch because she missed all the fireworks.
Yeah,
so
amazing.
she has a new recap up.
Oh, that's so good. I'm probably gonna have to read that tomorrow. It's so good. Oh my God, these people, man.
I know.
Tug still runs Bartown. That's right. What's up, Dead Punk, by the way? Love to
Should
him,
we
man.
continue?
Yes, let's do it. Which one are we on?
My God. All right. So I obviously have to amend my motion to dismiss now based on this. I'm sitting here. You got to be kidding me right now. So that's obviously what I got to do first thing in the morning, which I'm going to do. And what else there? So was there any Leslie? Yeah. Okay. I mean, with the opposition that he had today, let's skip over me right now because we got to figure out, I got to figure out what I'm going to do. But you and I were talking about the opposition and what he stated with the case law and stuff today with the opposition.
To Helm talking about for what? He responded to Helms with Helms. She keeps calling him Helms. I'm dying. He responded to Helms with Helms.
You call him Hellmans or something.
Yeah.
Like Hellmans.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Like when I eyes the cases, he used predominantly 4 cases. Bruce, I don't know if you've had a chance to read Chaw's response to Helms. Chockett's response to Helms. Chockett's response to Helms. Did you have a chance to read through that?
No, just
Okay, well, he responded to Hellmans, and he listed 4 different cases to basically say that it was kind of reiterating that Hellman shouldn't be dropped because just the mere association or the mere knowledge of something is enough to prove conspiracy. But when I shepherded some
where the fuck was that going? Jeez.
I don't know.
There should have been already an anti-slap hearing scheduled on this case already.
Yeah, well, I'm just stating what we saw in his response today. So he cites 4 cases. He uses these cases, but when you pull the cases up, they're not even comparable to what's going on. In this case, he uses a RICO case with a criminal enterprise, which if someone has knowledge of a crime going on, that's, of course, you're going to have more liability as far as conspiracy goes. In this case, we're talking about statements made that somehow affected his business. We're not talking about crimes here, but Shockett uses AutoCAN's LLC City Group. And that's a RICO case to prove conspiracy. He uses a bankruptcy case to prove conspiracy. He uses an assault case to prove conspiracy. And he uses an illicit drugs importation of illicit drugs into the country. Of course, if you have knowledge that someone's bringing illicit illegal drugs into the country and you do nothing, you're going to have liability as a conspirator.
What the fuck
But
is
he's not. He doesn't cite any case that has any sort of similar allegations or anything remotely related to this case to prove that merely talking on someone's YouTube channel and complaining or insulting or whatever would all of a sudden just make you liable to conspiracies. So the point being is that when I looked...
We need to grab this because aren't we totally supposedly conspirators because some of us have talked together on YouTube channels?
Yeah, I believe they've made that argument.
Yeah, so Lips, that's very funny. Maybe you should read your own filings and see the stupidity of it all.
But he cites them, and he even goes as far as he takes out words, and he makes it as if he's quoting from cases with quotes. And it was a RICO case, and he made it sound as if it applied to you guys' case. But when you go to the actual case and you put in the quote, he actually took out the whole citing of a RICO criminal enterprise to make it sound like it should apply to your case. So it wasn't really quoting.
God, man. Oh my God, it makes my brain hurt. I'm totally the smartest person in the world, Oh my God. Okay, so 8. Here we go. Does he have to purposely make it misleading? Does it apparent he purposefully made it
misleading? Yes, absolutely. He took out words and then they sound like it made it appear as if a quote from the case.
Huh. Have we ever seen that happen before?
Yeah, we have.
Oh,
Yes,
weird.
we have.
But that's what he does. And then he again is always, whatever they do wrong, they preemptively accuse the other side of doing it and then sue them for it. It's remarkable. What? Whatever they do, they sue the others.
I don't know.
What exactly is that? I mean, we were talking about conspiracy. So is Bruce trying to shop the idea of conspiracy?
I have no idea.
What I don't understand in that argument either is this. Bruce spends his time how many letters have you been tagged into as a journalist covering this case from him?
Oh, multiple. I can't even count. Countless.
So you go from that to somehow being a conspirator. Oh my God, I don't understand it. It's remarkable. So this is what he did with me when he said, I made up a quote from the Supreme Court case. It was an outright lie. And that was one of the so what am I supposed to do? A lawyer accuses me in writing the court filing of fabricating a 27-year practicing lawyer. Suddenly,
my life, my practice, and my wife.
Oh my God, dude. Suddenly, I'm gonna start fabricating quotes and think and get away with it. How ridiculous. The notion is that a lawyer could think they could just misquote it and opposing counsel's not going to tell on them and the court's not going to see it and hold them accountable if I did it right. So he does that. I file a motion saying, oh God, Your Honor. Oh, I gotta respond. He's defaming me, and then I bring a motion for attorney fees for multiplying proceedings. Lacks merit.
Yeah, you know what the judge said?
Denied. Sit down.
Yeah, he said garbage. You know why, Bruce? Because your argument was garbage. If you wanted to bring, first of all, here's a little tip. Maybe don't paper the fucking case because you lose your shit. You didn't file one item saying, I need to get money. You file one, then another, then another, then another. The judge, while he's knocking those down, you filed another. He missed one because you were filing so many. Oh, it's so crazy.
Oh, it's so this gets even funnier because he won't let her talk again. He's going to speak over. Yeah. Anyway, like I said, it was very misleading what he did in his response.
Then to be the subject of a motion by every single defendant that has to respond to this complaint or whatever he wrote in that response to Hellman's motion should be pointed out as misleading with an appropriate motion for sanctions because it's necessary to respond to make sure the court's not misled as intended by the altered quote or altered citation. That is the point. Roll down. Of it.
Of it.
He knows the court's not going to go back and read the cases. They're going to rely on what he says. They're going to be misled or ruled accordingly. And if nobody says, dear court, motion for sanctions, look at what he did. He's going to keep doing it. Well, in this case, even if you do say, hey, court, look what he did, it still goes on anyway. So it actually gets worse because
what the? Oh, this is who is this? This is Robbie again.
What the hell is going on? All I know is
all these cases that he cites. When a judge actually enforces rules and holds lawyers accountable for lying to them and writing, then it has a necessary effect. But it doesn't fail to have that fail to have that effect. What a whiny pig. It has the opposite effect. When you hold your hands over your eyes and stick your fingers in your ears, it doesn't just let them get away with it. It's emboldening them. Oh my God, to do it more and worse, bigger and stronger and girthier. Oh my God. And now the authority has to dig in and they've set the precedent. And this is what we're seeing here, right?
Ray.
Oh my God. Not yet. Did Ray pop in? Is it?
I don't know. I'm literally just looking through this going, I answered everything I was supposed to answer. So I'm going to have to amend my...
This trying to put back in because it's supposed to be about her stupid fucking motion. That was the whole point of it at first. How, oh my God, he misled me and made me look like I was stupid.
Bruce turned into a woe is me. Look what happened to me in Fed 1. And they're not even talking about Fed 1. They're trying to talk Fed 2. Lisa's getting really pissed that Bruce is not helping her with her, with her filing.
God, this is magical here. So now there's only me. I'm going to start questioning. That's right, only me. It's true. Me walking away from the case. You want to start getting into me? Get on the stream, only me. And let's talk about me abandoning the case, okay?
Really?
Really.
Guys, come on. I don't know what's in the air tonight. Is there a phone?
Money bags. You got any friends without your money?
Okay, all right.
Oh, money bag in.
Wow.
No. Again, I stay with something I've said before. Anyone that has self-respect would not give assholes like this money because they treat you like garbage. And the mask slip, he said one thing, and that not just one of them, but multiple ones. They started on him. They talk about banning him and more. And they would. Like I said, if it weren't for the money, they definitely would. So, I think I need I'd be big on me. I'm not going to stay.
We need a break. Hold on. I think I need a bio break.
I need a bio break. I need a blue bucket time.
A bio break. Hold on. I need a bio break. Bio break.
It's
So
called the blue bucket.
that's end scene. That was the epic meltdown that that BBB, otherwise known as Bubbles, had on the show last night on the Fleas. It was hilarious. And on Monday, you'll get to hear it with us, the actual clip of it, and you will laugh yourself silly.
Oh, it's been so good. I want to see Super Chats now. I want to see what they have to say there. Oh my God, they're so much fun. Let me look here, by the way. Let me see what's rolling.
All right, chat, we know about the doxing, okay? Let's not spread the information. Don't help them spread it, okay? Let's not help. If you repeat that, it's just spreading it to way more people than they would ever have access to without us.
This is them trying to, again, this shows you, though. What does that have to do with their case? Nothing. You know, they have just found a way to try to retaliate against people, you know, and ultimately, like I said, they do stuff like that. There will come a time. There will come a tab. You know, it'll come in court cause or something. It will come. So, bunch of garbage, man. Again, they fuck up. What do they try to do? They always try to do something horrible to redirect. Always, because they have fucked up big time in this case. Like they told you. You think about it. What they don't want you to understand about this is they don't even read filings that they're involved in. And people are taking legal advice. They're taking counsel from that. That's one hell of an admission, man. That blows my mind. So, of course, they want to bury that, and they want to bury it. They want to bury it quickly.
Max Lab wants us to point out that there are new documents. That's true.
Oh yeah. I will definitely. I will pull that up probably tomorrow then, because there's a good one. In fact, and props to you, Max Lab, for noting this. There's actually a motion for entry of default judgment. So it's a pretty nice document there. It just, you know, on tonight. But I'm pretty sure I'll stream tomorrow, and I will pull it up. You know. But tonight, keep it this. I wasn't expecting this shit show to go on yesterday and to be so beautiful. We weren't planning on, again, if you go back and listen, you know, Megan was like, I'm taking the week. I got to do some stuff. And then, oh God, how could you miss this show? Like, it was too good.
I know. I was gonna take Hangry to the movies and tonight, and I was like, oh, we're going to movies, and then all of this crap happened in the morning, and I told Doug, I was like, a matinee it is. So we did. We went and we saw How to Train Your Dragon, the live action one. It was so good.
Was it?
I was so pleasantly surprised at how good it was. I highly recommend that. If any of you who really liked How to Train Your Dragon, the animated one, which was a great movie, it was really, really good. The live action one is terrific. It's fabulous.
We had to go to Nashville today. I had a doctor's appointment. Oh man, I feel like somebody has walked on my chest. But I got to take the girls over to Murfreesboro. So, you know, the littlest one, we didn't know what she wanted to do. She was telling us last night, candy store. So we went over there. God, you'd think she's in like Willy Wonka's Wonderland. And I showed her. So the oldest too, she, oh Lord, I took her over to the pet store. I showed Megan what she bought.
Oh God. Don't show the chat. You'll give them nightmares.
She was like, I want to get a new pen. I was like, what do you want to get? A lizard or something? No. I want to find something else. I'm looking for something. I said, okay, well, let's look over. So she wanted to get 2 Madagascar hissing cockroaches. Those things are monsters. I mean, they're big. What was funny is I was like, okay, you know, they're not going to hurt anything. They said they're probably the easiest thing you've ever seen to take care of. You know, they hide most of the time.
I can't. I'm looking away from the screen.
I haven't even pulled them up. I don't even have a picture loaded for them. But
don't? Oh, okay.
No. But it was funny because everybody that said it was like, oh my God. But I was like, man, they're really easy. It's
I'm sure
so
your
funny.
wife was thrilled.
Oh man.
If my husband brought those into my house, I'd be like, no, absolutely not. No. Nope.
Oh, it's really funny to see her. Like one thing I love about it though, she is afraid of nothing.
That
She's
is
afraid of
cool
absolutely
that she's not afraid of anything, but also like a hissing cockroach, like I can't handle. Absolutely not.
They're interested to look at. I like the fact, like I said, a lot of kids are afraid of everything. She runs toward these things, It's interesting. The things that you would think she'd be afraid of, no. But she had some incidents with dogs, when she was little. She's terrified of dogs. So dogs, which you would think, yeah, but other pet, no. They're, so I was like, man, that's kind of interesting. Let me know too, Lori through PayPal dropped 50 there. That is awesome, Lori. That is much appreciated too. It looks like there's two of that. Is that intentional? If not, you reverse one. If so, that is awesome and much appreciated. Thank you, Lori. In fact, gosh, that's awesome. I appreciate folks too. I got to take the kids out. We got to do all kinds of stuff, had fun, and God, they got to do whatever they wanted to do on the day. So that's always nice. Lori, too. Thanks for kicking it off here. 10 months, too. Love all our Tugs Thugs. That's right. And guess what, Lori? Get some more Tugs Thugs in there. 10 giftos dropped in there, too. Thank you, Lori. That is amazing. Much appreciated there. Lady, thanks for the fun there. I figured out how to make my Muppets. I don't want to stress Tug out. My first message got killed by Megan. Megan, are you killing messages?
One I did.
No, you can. If you have if people have if you message and I miss it, it's not a problem. I just have to sit down and have a moment. Tomorrow, I may do that. I kind of want to go over that DUI guy video too about deleting evidence. So one day when I go over a video, I can always pull up stuff and make them at the same time. So if there's other people out there who want a Muppet, just hit me up. Patty, thank you for the gifted membership there. Thank you, Patty. That is much appreciated there. Lori also dropped a 50 there. Thank you there. Daddy-daughter dates. Indeed. I enjoy those. The kids running around. They're so funny. The little one after we got done too. It's funny. I sit down in my chair. I was like, I feel really old because I got to take a nap before my stream. I was like, I need an hour, and the little one's laying on my leg asleep when I wake. That's great. Fallen Hero, thank you for the gifted membership there too. Thank you, Fallen Heroes. Good to see you, my friend. Appreciate you. Max Lab, thank you for the super chat there too. Much appreciated too. And thank you for mentioning the document today as well. We'll definitely bring that up. Like I said, tomorrow, it's a good one. I definitely want to spotlight it. Joire, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate that. Here's the thing too, Megan. Don't you find it weird? These people keep talking about a lawyer for LP, right? And we have seen not one but 2 deadlines roll by that you would think a lawyer would be involved in. The way I understood it was they were raising X amount of money and this stuff was already coordinated. You were going to have a lawyer enter and whatever.
Yeah. Well, what happened to the lawyer?
Yeah, I'm curious about that because again, too, that discovery deadline was a big thing, and it just, their arguments about that they didn't respond at all, and now you've had another one.
Their lawyer deadline too.
It's weird. That's actually what is that? 3 deadlines, I suppose. So, what's going on there? They keep saying they have a lawyer. Okay, well, why are they not in the case then? You would think they would have already admitted into it. I don't even understand, for the 6K that they were talking about, I don't even understand what they're supposed to be coming in as part of. Are they supposed to be in every case? One case? Like, I'm very confused by all of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
6K for even one case is ridiculous. But God, for all of this train wreck. But yeah, thank you again. Wire for the 5 gifted memberships. That is much appreciated. Thank you. AJ Stone dropped 10 as well. Man, that's awesome. We got the gifted memberships flowing today. Thank you, AJ Stone. You very appreciated too. Good to see you too, man. appreciate you. Joe, thank you for 5 gifted memberships as well. I watched for a little block there. They were just raining in. It was awesome. John Cook got hit with one.
Yeah, John got one.
John Cook now a member.
John's lurking. He's been lurking. And you know what that means? That means he's subscribed. Because you can't get a membership unless you are subscribed to the channel. And I don't know why these people subscribe to our channels. Why don't they just listen and lurk in the background? Like, you don't have to be subscribed to listen to the channel. But if you are subscribed, we know. You know, we'll figure it out eventually.
I love it though. It's like, hey, wait a minute. I think John got hit by a membership. That's amazing. That is worth the comedy of it. Thank you for whoever caused that too. That's another level of it. You know, I love that they go to everyone. Great. But yeah, pointing out that one of these people, again, we keep seeing these ecosystem names rolling in. These people that they throw out all these buzzwords about harassers and bullies, and yet they come in and they don't feel harassed, do they? They feel okay to lurk and to try to disrupt and more. Offset Rue, thanks for the 10 there for the kids. Have a good weekend. Love both. You're great. Thank you for that. Actually, this weekend is a anniversary. I mean, we haven't hit it yet, but we're rolling toward 20. So all the crazy that came up, like I said, that comes up this weekend. So I think I'll have the kids and everybody will try to do something, and it'll be amazing. Yeah. Jenny, thanks for the 2. I got new lips. Hey, me too. Did you notice mine? By the way, I need to. Happy live stream, Mr. Resident Bruce. Oh man, happy live stream last night to you. Ed, thanks for the 2. Chapstick fun for Megan's new lips.
I've got one. I have one of those too. Let's see. What did I do with it? Let's see. Is it this one? I think it's this one.
Oh yeah, I liked it. I thought that. Oh, yes. Look at that. Oh my goodness. You know the little one with the heart. She'd be like, "Oh my gosh, hearts!" Wendy Boda, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Wendy, too. That is much. Again, I cannot say enough. Memberships, they're one of the greatest features on this platform. So thank you. Chris, thanks for the 5. Is lips why you guys were making fun of Vocal Fry? Oh my God. She's so great to listen to. Well, there are a few people that have some very bad vocal fry.
Hers isn't the worst, but it's she has more of that California Valley girl.
Yeah, California barista. Yeah.
I mean, she has some vocal fry occasionally, but it just kind of creeps in at the end of her sentences, not usually throughout the entire thing. But what is really funny is the way she says her O's. Rico. Oh.
What's the people take on these voice inflections. They force them like that. That's not natural. That blows my mind when I listen to some of these.
Yeah, it's not a legitimate accent. Hope, Rico. It's not an actual accent from anywhere. That's just an accent that people pick up, from like, that's a California thing. California. But it bled into the Midwest, and in the 80s it bled all over the place.
Well, I love the fact that between that and the hodunk hillbilly bullshit, they tell you again, they have this certain mindset where they perceive themselves and they perceive other people. And it's amazing because the people that they're supposed to be defending, people they barely ever talk about, by the way, the LP, BAC, yeah, they're the same kind of people that they mock and deride. It's amazing. And Becky, thanks for the 2. Why is Crook name listed and not Lisa's? Oh, it's the et al. Is that what you're talking about on the case?
What?
It's the et al. Okay, you're talking about. It's because on the document, like when you see it, it's the et al.
What? Oh, sorry.
They're talking about like right here.
Listen,
know,
I
why
just had Grok write
What's that
me a
all?
poem about Valley girls with words that have a long O sound. So if you will just give me a moment, if you'll give me a moment to read this. In a valley so bright, where the sun's golden glow, lives a crew of cool girls with their vibes all aflow. They tote bags with bold logos, their styles sharp like a bow, chatting nonstop. Oh, their lingo's the show. From the mall's glossy stores to the cafes they roam, sipping mochas and sodas in their pastel toned zone. Their phones always close, snapping pics for the gram show with the totes and a woe. They make the trends overflow. On their scooters they coast down the palm-lined road, rocking neon-hued clothes, looking fierce, never slowed. Every word's drawn out, oh, like a song's mellow drone. Valley girls own the tone in their fabulous home. Sorry. Mic drop.
I asked it about to make fun of Vocal Fry with Valley Girl, and it was like, oh, like totally gag me with a spoon. Vocal Fry and Valley Girl vibes are like the ultimate cringe combo. This is how I wrote it out. That Vocal Fry's like a dying vape pen, and then you got the Valley Girl squeak. All oh my god, like whatever. It's like your voice is stuck in a permanent loop of bad 80s teen flick, flipping hair and gargling glitter.
Totally.
Well, I sound like you're auditioning for a Grumpy Cat and Malibu Barbie at the same time. I mean, for sure. It says FER, for sure.
It's
like
F,
so
as
not
F.
grody. It's like so not grody. That's what it said. I love it. That's pretty funny.
I love
But
AI sometimes.
When you look at this, though, Mickey, when you look at a filing, they'll put everybody. Again, there will be one name sometimes. It just depends. But the et al. That includes everyone else. So that's why it can be easy to overlook sometimes, though. Lori, thanks for the 20 there. Breadstick money. Gotta get your breadsticks on. I love it. I love it, man. I need to. Let's see. Well, actually, that isn't made out of breadsticks. I should never have 100 buttons I can play with.
How has it been no one's birthday yet? I want the birthday video.
Let's see, because we have some birthday song if it's there. I tell you.
I want to hear the birthday song.
There is one birthday from yesterday. It was forgotten. That actually reminds me. 1 second. Sticky Widget reminded me of this, and I've forgotten about it. I'm glad you said that, to be honest, because I got missed. 1 second. I gotta go back. So Rebecca, again, Sticky reminded me. I did not see this last night, so I do want to catch that up. We have to get out this. Here we go. We're gonna do it. You ready, Megan?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Here we go. Do it.
Happy birthday.
Hey, Megan,
From
sing it with me.
both of us to you.
Ooh. I love it. Walk it off.
Woohoo! May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday.
Look at that dancing, by the way. I'm amazing.
We love
You're an amazing
to
dancer.
have you here. Happy birthday. Here's to
Look at these dance moves.
Amazing.
Amazing. Look how in sync we are.
That was so amazing. And in real life, we can't even clap and sing. That's amazing. Taz, man, I love the avatar, by the way. That's awesome. Thank you for the gifted membership, dude. Taz, I appreciate you. I like it. It's sitting there. Like, Chris, thanks for the 10 there. Really appreciate all the behind the scenes legwork you both do to make the show what it is. Your efforts are very evident for all to see. Thanks.
Thank you.
I mean, you deserve that. Thank
sweet.
you. For sure. I mean, and it's when we're sitting here, we're watching this stuff happen live as well. Oh my God. I mean, that was amazing. So that show, that wasn't even a bother to go through. I can't believe I sat down and watched that and thought, you know what? I would do that again if it was that for me.
I might become a fan. I
Oh
might
my
have
God.
to subscribe. If they brought Bruce on to have an epic toddler meltdown every night,
Oh God.
dream
Yeah.
about
I'm going
how
to
he's
see.
wronged in life. I mean, that might be, maybe that's what he should do on his YouTube channel. Just start, going on these epic rants all the time. God,
Call it the bar bust up, and they could have like the 3 lawyers. They could like throw elbows until there's only one remaining. That'd be amazing. It would be.
Yeah, I would like to see Bruce and Lips put together in like a contest of legal wits, like a Jeopardy game or something. And every time she would answer something that wasn't right, he'd start screaming at her. Oh God, it would be fantastic. It's
Could you
just
imagine them as co-counsel on a case? Oh my God. That would be the best. They have to co-counsel, and it's got to be like, every time they mess up something, they lose money or something. There'd have to be some kind of real consequence. Oh my God, Laps. It wouldn't take long at all. Anytime he messed up, he'd scream at her. Every time she'd messed up, he'd
Right.
scream at her.
I mean, I wonder how long it's going to take her to realize that he's a dick.
I think he came across pretty well last night. It
I
did.
mean, you know who he reminded me of last night? Kurt.
Oh, Lord.
Screaming at women for no reason at all.
That screaming last night was something else. I was like, holy crap. Hey,
He was
Taz
unhinged.
dropped another gifted membership. Thank you, Taz. That is much appreciated too. Lori dropped another 20 giftos. Man, Lori, that is amazing too. I watched a flood of them come in. All of you, you've been like throwing out so many gifted memberships. Thank you. I can't say that enough. I love that. Kim, thanks for the 7 months. All my love to Tug, Megan, and the rest of us. Stand up for Tug, Megan, Shizzy, all the strength to Jeremy and George. By the way, who is George?
Who's George?
Who's George indeed?
Who the hell is George?
That's so bad. I'm an investigative journalist. Totally. Like, who's George again? Rogue Mama, thanks for the 6 months. Last night, man, for all the other nights, I wanted to stab my eardrums. Yes, indeed. Every clip that people have sent me and made me suffer through, last night made up for it. It did. I watched it, the Rage Quit 3 times for research, of course. Of course. Yeah. What's funny is that I wonder, I'm curious, how did their views go on that? Let me check that real fast. Because everybody was like, oh my God, people have to watch this. I want to see if they see a dramatic increase in their numbers. If they do, oh Lord, let me find out. Let's see, give me 1 second. No, the funny thing is, so they, best case scenario, they manage around 3,000, a little bit higher. So they got 3.3K so far. That's over 3 hours, by the way. So they're doing 3 hours of live streams, about 1,000 views per, but it barely brought their numbers up. So that tells you how many people are going over there and laugh watching.
Well, I like laugh watching, especially because Bruce is so upset that he literally screamed, "They're laughing at us!"
Yeah, they are.
Yes, of course we're laughing at you. You're a lawyer. What else could we do?
It's not just that. You know why? I mean, by now, they know that you catalog everything they do. And they have, by now, they don't need to change up anything. They've already given away the game, the house, the furnishings, everything. So don't change up anything. Ace Muppeteer, by the way. Thanks for 1 year. That's awesome. Thank you. Yo. Yo. To get in the house. In the hizzy. That's awesome. Laura, rather. I'm sorry, I said Lori. My brain. Laura. Thank you. 31 freaking months. That's amazing. Thank you. Rolling up on the 3 years. Man.
Love to you too.
Yeah, love for real. I appreciate all you folks. Again, you are the show. That's what these people forget all the time. You guys are the show.
Oh God, the chat is 75% of the show.
Yeah.
The chat sometimes takes over the show. Sometimes.
Well, we're fortunate to have the microphone. You know, a lot of people, they do their research. We just are here and laugh at stupid things. And I love it. John, thanks for the 5 there. The real Otter Creek Creeper, JC. I caught by getting a free membership. I bet Bubbles, Fleas, and others are here too. JC, why not going to the jail? Thank you for that. Yeah, by the way, we've seen BBB get a membership over on another channel. You remember that? By our lawyer's channel.
Yeah.
By the way, he's supposed to have an epic showing tomorrow of the first Megan motion. So you definitely want to catch Just J Hips showing of that tomorrow. That should be very good.
Wait a minute. He hasn't shown it to me yet.
Yeah,
Is he filing it without me proofing it?
Yeah, isn't that how pair say lawyers work?
Oh no, nobody told me this. I don't get to look at it first. That's not usually how I work with lawyers.
Well, I'm sorry. Like, if you want a parasite, you get what you pay for, right? Head shape like that does not come with options. Ball Python King, what's up, man? Appreciate you, by the way. Love the name all the time. Thank you. 5 gifted memberships. That's awesome. Appreciate that. Rational diversions, thanks to two. Would BBB's malpractice? Sure, I carry be public info. Isn't that attached to? Isn't that something you can look up? The malpractice insurer.
So it doesn't look like he has any listed on his bar. I've seen it on the you're supposed to list it on your bar information. It says none, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have it. It could just not be updated. I don't know.
Could be carrying it a different way. That would be very bad to be involved in this kind of insanity and not have, especially giving out legal advice and more. I really hope that would not be the case. Smitty, and again, I'm not saying it is. I don't know. I'm not there, but we've not really looked into that. If it's showing, again, there could be several different reasons, like Megan said. Smitty, thanks for the 6 months there. Appreciate that. Lips thinks she's the star in 55 Steps. Yes, she definitely thinks she is the star for sure. It's amazing because she's trying to take over. She is, and she's wresting away all control from these people. And actually, between her, Paint Chips, and others, it's not just that. They're doing things that they'll have ramifications. They're again, they invite in an element that is awful, and that element will turn on them just as well as it can be pointed at anyone else. It's crazy. Ball Python King, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships too. Thank you, Ball Python King, again, much appreciated.
I'll be back.
All right. I'm my favorites. Thanks for the 5. I'm sure hope he pulls is covering the funds for everyone fed too, like he's bragging about last night. Yeah, I saw the discussion about that. I wondered though. He said he was going to drop funding, and again, I guess it's his prerogative. Although there are some stipulations in that. Be careful about certain things with that. Make sure to cross all your dot your I's. But yeah, I would hope that if people spit in your face and you give them money for it, that's sad. That is. It is very sad there. You don't pay for the privilege of somebody to insult you. Maybe roast you, sure, but not to actually insult you. Bob, thanks for the 10 there. Only thing funnier than the Fleas show last night. Team's hilarious. Last hour today with Yamaha Biker and Chad egging it on. Hilarious. Couldn't stop laughing. I have to go back and catch up today. I was out all day. Like I said, I had a doctor appointment. I had to go out, and I'd been here maybe an hour and a half. I fell asleep for around an hour, and then bam, we're on here. So everybody else is asleep but me. It's so funny. Tracy, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships there. Thank you. I much appreciate that. Thank you, Tracy. It's good to see you too. Much appreciate you. Avia, thanks for the 5 there. The worst part is that Tug's voiceover for Bruce still doesn't sound nearly as ridiculous as he actually sounds. Now, it's almost like a whiny, nasally melatonin sound. You know, it's a bizarre mix. It's shot. Thanks for 10 months there. Hit that like, everybody. That's right. If you enjoy the show, make sure to tell people that we're live. Send them over. Make sure they catch this one and replay if nothing else, because it's good. And on top of that, yeah, hit the like, send it out, and again, you can back breadsticks and more. Always appreciated. And thank you, Sean. That's a good note. Hey, Sean, too. Drop 20 there. Thank you, too. Deuce is such a disaster in court. The judge added him to the evidence of incompetence. Here's Ope. Lawyer speaking. Megan, I'm going to get you so much money with my motion I've written on your behalf. As your counsel, I would suggest you keep roasting lips or commenting on her stupidity.
Oh, that I can do.
I don't really know if it's roasting when you're just commenting. I feel like it is just commentary, you know?
Yeah, it's, she makes it really easy. You don't really need to roast her. She just is a joke.
Yeah, and you're commenting on people's own. When you're reading it, it's funny how
Although I felt bad for her last night with the screaming at her. I did. I started to feel bad. I was like, oh,
Bruce
geez.
talked to her like an absolute, like an idiot. Like he treated her like
treated her like a piece of garbage.
And they take it. All of them do. And I do not understand why.
And they placate him. Well, like she was saying, I'm just trying to listen. I'm trying to listen. Like here she is. She's trying to get caught up with this case, right? She hasn't been here for this whole time. He just jumped down her throat multiple times, and yet they take it. They sit there and they take it.
It's funny they sue other people, that just laugh about them. But when somebody actually treats them like garbage, they just sit on their hands.
They just sit there. When Kurt did that to me, I told him to go fuck himself.
Hey, Dad.
Oh,
hey, girl.
Thank God you have headphones on.
Yeah. No, she can't. she doesn't hear anything we say, by the way.
She cannot hear me. She
can't
hear me.
Can't hear anything on there. That's what. Hey, kid. What you doing? Did you wake up?
Yeah.
You look like you just woke up. Did you have a good day?
Yeah.
You want to tell everybody, where did we go today? Where'd you get to go?
The candy store. Sissy went to the Hot Topic.
Oh, yeah. Sissy went to Hot Topic. Yes. Let's not forget that.
And we got...
Yeah, I was like, Dad, do you want to buy something at Hot Topic? I'm like, no, I'm way too old for that. I don't think anything. I don't think it would look really right on me. But thank you. Yeah, you got some candy. You got a whole basket full of candy.
Yeah, only Mom got this stuff.
Now, what did you buy? Why don't you tell people real quick? What did you do?
I bought a big Coke gummies.
Yeah, you bought a giant Coke gummy that's as big as your freaking arm. That's right. That was giant. Then you bought little Coke gummies, right?
And Pac-Man candy.
Pac-Man candies. That's right. Little Pac-Man candies. Let's see. You bought the paper, the edible paper, right? What was the? What else did you get?
Sunshine Bag.
Oh yeah, some Care Bear candies. So there's something else.
Oh, the little sucker.
Oh yeah, that sucker. Yeah.
It's still in the car.
Did you forget it? Okay, we'll have to get it out later. Okay. I'll get it out. If you remind me after my stream, I'll get it out for you, okay?
Okay.
All right. You go upstairs, rest for a while. Actually, if you fall back asleep, I'll get it out tomorrow. Or I might get it out tonight while you're resting, okay? All right. Love you. She's so tired. She was just coming to make sure, everybody.
She scared me. She came up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
That was terrible timing, but thank God you wear headphones.
Yeah, no, I heard her creeping down the steps, and I was turning off the monitor, but I didn't mute out the mic. Usually I mute out the mic when people are talking, Not that it matters. You just hear her speak. But like I said, she can't hear anything on our sides. Like she can only hear me speaking.
She can only hear you. The kids can never hear me on stream, guys. Not Tug's kids. They can never hear me. And same on this side. My kids can't hear Tug either because we wear headphones.
When we broadcast,
wear headphones when you're broadcasting, it's like it's very weird. You get echoes and all sorts of stuff.
You also get feedback. Like if you play a voice clip or anything like that, like you play any kind of clips at all, you get feedback. It's awful. You have to wear headphones. Sometimes I don't like wearing headphones for as many hours as we're on, but you have to, otherwise you can't put on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Patty, I cannot remember if I said thank you, so I'm going to say thank you again. If I did, if I didn't, thank you. So appreciate you. Like I said, I love gifted memberships. Carolyn, Lee, thanks for the 10 there. For candy, man, I know somebody that, well, then they're like, thank you for that for sure. If she was more awake, should have been like, ooh, candy. Just J-Hip, thanks, Bob. Just J-Hip does the recaps. Stealing my shtick, I see. Well, you know, you graduated to per se lawyer, so we have to pick up this. We have to pick it up, right?
Wait, I tried to tell him in the chat. What we are doing is called a dramatic reading. It's not a recap. It's actually reading a transcript, which, hello, we invented.
Yes, no one on the interwebs before us has ever done it. Like, no one ever read a document.
Actually,
or a
to be completely transparent, I would say that Legal Vices really perfected the dramatic reading. I mean, Legal Vices was probably one of the greatest at it. But yes, that would be a dramatic reading, not a recap. I'm not stepping on your recap toes. Over here, we're just doing what we do. Although I can't wait to hear his recap.
I know.
He probably will be doing one, right? Is he going to do one tomorrow? God, I hope so.
I would imagine so. That's got to be hilarious, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Kitty Kate, thanks for the 7 months there. Love bug raids. Well, thank you. I appreciate you all put on a great atmosphere for it too. So it is much appreciated. Joan, thanks for the 20 there. Love you guys. Love return. They're much appreciated, by the way. Yeah, there were a lot of people that pointed out too about the doxing of, you know, first of all, I'm not confirming that the information is correct. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I actually don't know if that information is correct at all. But if it is correct, it shows you who these people are. And again, they want to pretend while they bring a litigation that somehow that they're being bullied and harassed, and yet she splashes this everywhere. So I mean, it's just it shows you who they are. It absolutely does. You know, here's the thing though. I don't give a fuck what they try to point. Like if someone like myself, that will never, it's stuff like that will never drive me away from talking about what happens, because someone needs to expose what these people have been doing. And they continue to do. They've done it to a lot of other people before this too. Frankie, thanks for the 30 there. Thank you. Breadstick money for you and Megan's legal fun. Thank you for that. More like legal fun so far.
Legal fun.
Yeah, I'll go with legal fun.
You know what? If we ever do make a you know, like a give send go or something, that's what we're calling it. The legal fun.
The legal fun. Yeah,
that's what we're calling it. There it is.
Yeah. You know, there were a bunch of people that noted this too. Thank you, Lee, by the way. Liz Doc Shizzy and wife. Again, like I said, I don't know people's real names, even if I met them. Like I was laughing at Yellow Flash one time with this, for example. He told me his real name, and like 3 months later, he said to me, I was like, I don't remember your real name. You know, I can't remember. I don't even catalog that in there. So even though I did know it, I don't know it. You know, I just know the people is what they are. It's nasty business though. So if that is indeed correct, then let them handle it. But yeah, don't spread it around. And remember, they're trying to deflect off of what's been happening with them, because it has nothing to do with the case whatsoever. Like this is all them trying to take control again. And it just shows you they're losing lots of views. They're losing quite a bit of money. That's why they're so desperate to get their donors back in line, because people are walking away. For every loud person that you see walk away, there's dozens of other people that are walking away silently. And, you know, a lot of them have been hitting me up. They do not like these people. So this nastiness, I hate it for anybody, you know. My thanks for the 5 there too. Yeah. So it notes the doxing as well with a pic posted. BB confirmed it. Screenshot the BBB doing stuff too.
Yeah, we have it. I already have it.
All right.
Yeah, he did. He took part.
Believe that a guy. By the way, Bruce, I can't believe that a man that has a family that talks about kids and more participates in that kind of activity, because ultimately that kind of stuff, again, you know how you would feel about that aimed at children and more, and yet you participate in that kind of activity. That shows what kind of scumbags these people are, and it has nothing at all to do with litigation. It doesn't. What this is them trying to get even with Shizzy. Why? Because Shizzy actually stood up and he called them out.
It's
Like, ultimately.
intimidation and harassment, the same thing he's been doing from the beginning of this case.
Yeah, well, let Lips, like I said, she wants to play the whole I'm being harassed and I'm being so, and yet you see who's doing that, you know. Oh man, that her trying to do this stuff under that paper thin guise of a legal proceeding. Okay. See how it turns out. Rhea, who run by the town? That's right. Tug run by the town. Mug run by the town. There we go. We run the bar to town, baby. Oh my God. I don't want to be the midget riding on anybody's back though. You could be a little. Man, I need to take both of our avatars and turn us into Master Blaster. Look, wouldn't this look good? Let me show you. Master Blaster from Mad Max. We need a Master Blaster with us in it. Check this out. We would look perfect like this, by the way.
Wait, is that the guy with the midget on him?
Yeah. Look, you have that. You know, you can be the midget. I don't know. I don't care. You know, look, you could be grinning there, riding on the back. I'll be like, who, you know, and you'd be the one speaking. You'd be like, who run bar to town?
Yeah, I totally should be the midget. Yeah,
you'd be patting on the top of the helmet. You know, oh my God, the helmet could have like the umbrella cover. Oh God, that would be amazing.
I'd be like, Tug, take me over there. No, that way.
Oh my God, that'd be amazing. I can't wait to see the
memes
avatar for that one. That'd be amazing. Oh, Donna, thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs Thugs. Thank you, Donna. You're much appreciated there. Annie, thanks for the 5 there. Bread sticks for tongue. Thank you. That is much appreciated, Annie. Taz, thanks for the 2. Damn, Dumb and Dumber. I mean, dumbest of all. Sounds like a really weird fairy tale, doesn't it? Dumb, Dumber, and the dumbest of all. Colleen, thanks for the 5. Great stream tonight. Thank you. It's been fun. Again, these kind of streams, it's good that we can come together and have fun, you know, and then we have something that's very enjoyable when we watched that shit show. It was so good. Hey, thanks for the 5 there. If I emailed you, would you tell me places to go / avoid in your area? I have to take a young teen son there in a couple of weeks. Loves cool stuff / learning. You can mail, you know, if you're talking about the Nashville area, it depends on what area. Just write me exactly what area you're talking about. And if nothing else, I'll ask somebody, you know, because just let me know. Again, I don't have a teenager though. I have 11-year-old. So I'm not sure my recommendations will be like teen specific. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's places like the Parthenon, which is the strangest thing ever. Would you ever think that you would come to Tennessee and you would see a recreation of the Parthenon in the middle of freaking Nashville? I mean, that's amazing. I was like, whoever did that, that's awesome.
That's cool.
Share. Thanks for the super sticker there. Thank you very much. Appreciate those. Love the super stickers too. Thank you. Rusty Ray Hibbs. Thanks for the 5. The hardest thing about teaching a snake to tap dance is to getting its shoes on. Indeed. Indeed. I can only imagine. That'd be so amazing. A unishoe for your snake. Rhea Rise, thanks for the 2. Did you get video Mark sent to Bahung to say thanks? I have not gotten to look at any messaging yet, but I will. I've been out all day long, so I'll check out everything. And appreciate y'all. And again, happy birthday to Mark. And again, love you guys. I'll say Wombat. Thanks for the 8 there. Hey, Tux. An email yesterday. REETA for gifts sent to the girls. Yes, thank you. I did see it. It was late. I ended up staying up way too late last night because of that show too. I was like, man, I got to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, but I could not go to sleep and leave it alone. It was just too freaking funny, you know? Also, Cheryl sent 5 as well. Thank you, Cheryl. That is much appreciated. Sent that through PayPal. Thank you, Cheryl.
I got
You
it,
know,
Tug.
no
I
doubt.
gotta bounce.
Okay.
Hangry
Well,
needs
I
me.
appreciate you being here. Hey, it's on the weekend anyway, so I appreciate you making time.
Good night, chat. And don't forget, Monday's
Monday.
gonna be wild. See ya.
Monday, yes. All right. See, yeah, Monday will be a great stream. I mean, we are talking about having video clips of everything. If you thought things were funny now, just imagine Rumble exclusive. It's going to be amazing. So you will have one heck of a time. You have to tune in Monday. Oh God, I'm looking forward to it. I'm already looking forward to Monday. It's bad. Like typically in YouTube land, I don't mentally fast forward, the days and think, man, I can't wait till. But that's one I just can't wait to take part in. She's no gamer. Thanks for the 5 there. My daughter's absolutely loved all kinds of creepies. Yeah, growing up. Met her husband over there loves snakes. They have a roll full of snakes. That's awesome there. Yeah, like I said, the oldest. I love it. I love the fact that they're not afraid of things they don't need. There's a. You want to have a consideration for the creepy crawlers out there. You want to know that some of them can be poisonous, some can be dangerous. So you want to give them the respect that they deserve. But the things that we should fear in life, or the things that we should avoid, they're typically not things like spiders or snakes. Typically they're bipedal, and they look just like us. So. Appreciate you though. That's awesome. That's a good story too. I love it. Thank you. Cutting Linguist. Thanks for the 11 months there. Dave Neal is listed as a witness in Laura Owens' case. Oh, the Laura Owens stuff. So I haven't had a chance to catch up on all of that, but that looks amazing. I will definitely have to read that over and note it. That'll be good. Also, Rue, thanks for the 5 there. A little bit extra for special weekend. Love the happy birthday song. It's a shame mine is not until, well, you know what? Hey, it may be 12:20, but still, we have plenty. When it rolls around, we will still have fun when all of that comes up too. I love it. And God knows what we'll have made by then, SF, thanks for the 5 there. Is Megan's family lighting off bottle rockets? I keep hearing fire. That's not fireworks here. That's actually pew, pew, pew. You hear it here. There's somebody out popping off in the back bars. We're an unincorporated area in Tennessee. People just go outside, and if they want to, they. So those aren't actually fireworks. Like that's not the 4th of July starting up yet. That's just somebody down the road, like popping off fish shots over. They've got a berm set up. It's really funny. They got it lit up out there, but it does sound like fireworks, doesn't it? Because it's about the right time of year for it. But no, that's just one of the things. It may seem wild to people that don't like live in these areas, but you got to think we don't have a lot of crime out here either, because people understand. Yeah, no, you probably don't. You probably don't want to go to the home with the giant berm behind it. Where people do that. It's saying, yeah, we definitely have those things. Yeah, that's what you're hearing right here. Wheat Toast, thanks for the gifted membership. Appreciate that. Thank you very much, Wheat Toast. Hey, thanks for the 8 months there. Loves and hugs. All you do. Well, to all of you, rather. Yes, thank you. And love to all you folks too. And you too, for sure. But very much appreciated. We couldn't do this without you all. You make this, again, we are so lucky to pick up the microphone and be blessed with this is supposed to be work. Oh man, it's amazing. Plus with health stuff, I don't think I could hold down a regular job right now. So for this has been a blessing in disguise too. So thank you all. Also, on top of that, you dropped 5 gifted memberships too. That is amazing. That is much appreciated. Thank you very much. Lily, thanks for the 5. Megan, you need to do an article about the cops not holding them to the protective order. Also about Levy County. For that. Well, for victims, what's bad though is their services, their family services, they have already been called out before. So is Levy County. Levy County, their courts and everything. You look up articles about it. They've put judges on blast. What's crazy about it is the same people, even though it's been decades, some of the same names, because it's an old boys club. It just runs exactly the same. I hate that Hales is in a situation like that, because I do worry about his safety. Legitly, I do. I think that's one reason you have to continue to shine a spotlight on it, because when you stop, some of the people that are involved anyway, like some of them are scary people, just to be honest. As far as they're not scary in the fact that man, they're intimidating. It's like, how far will they go? Because they've been given the impression that there's no line in the sand. And that's frightening. It's also frightening because you don't want the other side of that either. You don't want to force a person to be in a situation where they have to defend themselves either. Because if they're pushed into a situation like that, also, it destroys their life too. Like everything above board, which all of this is documented and more, but still, that kind of situation is devastating. It's hard to get over what comes of that. So, like I said, I'm disgusted by the way that's been handled. And you're right. It does need to be called out. But the sad thing is that it has been called out in the past, and nothing changed. The only time they ever change is if they can be embarrassed enough, like if there's corruption and it gets spotlighted, then. But it has to be internal. SF things survive. If the doxing is real, she won't have any reason to hold back now. Like with Megan, they took away their fears. Also, loving memberships at that. Oh, yes, indeed. Yeah, again, I don't know if that's real or not. And if it is real, I've been there before, and it's not a fun place to be. They can divert for a few days, but then again, with Shizzy, I mean, his face is out there and more. So who knows how he feels on that? Of course, you don't want people around you to be spotlighted, and that's the real indicator of what they do with doxing. See, the doxing, most people, they don't know exactly who they are, not because they're worried about themselves, but because of the people around them. The people that will try to harass them, and it's ugly business. But it also, that's the one thing that, like you said, it keeps people in reserve. It keeps you from going full throttle. And now they've basically said it's okay. And they also, again, they endorse doxing 100%. All of them do. So anything they say about not doing it, you see who does it. They all endorse it. And they endorse it over the pettiest things. Shizzy, again, Bruce acknowledged that Shizzy was a journalist covering this. He himself acknowledged it. But a journalist saying something that he doesn't like, he wants to take aim, not at the person, but at his family. That says a lot. And again, that you would think that would be a road that nobody would want to go down, because again, everybody in their lives has loved ones. I try to tell people that all the time. I try to say, look, even the craziest people out there, they have somebody or something that they care about. But they go down that and watch them later on when they scream and rant and rave about how they're somehow victims. Just remember the moments like this, where they were totally okay with that. And again, I don't know if that stuff is correct or not, but the intention is clear. Even if it's not legit, the intention was clear. And that intention speaks so loudly. It's also deflection. Again, they want to be able to rally their troops over there. And there are certain nasty individuals that are A-okay with that. But there's a silent majority, in my opinion, that know that kind of behavior is wrong. They do. And they continue to walk away. These people that they've brought in, they've seen what type of folks they brought in, and they should do a little bit deeper dive. If people that are attached to the ecosystem, you should really look at other folks that they've been trying to bring into this too. There are many signs of it. You can find other ones. I'm not going to put out their names in this, by the way. I don't, because there are some people that are just so far out into left field that they make paint chips look the same. I mean, it's that bad. So, but they invite this element in, and as I said, more and more people are walking away. You know, you see it in the numbers. They have to become more and more extreme. And it has nothing to do with this case at all. Ultimately, commentary on Bruce did have 100% to do with this. You know, anybody commenting on BBB, he forced himself into this case. He wanted people to give commentary on mac and cheese. He wanted people to give commentary on his stupid fucking attacks on Randy. And I mean, but when they say the thing that he doesn't like, you see how he acts. I mean, shit, the same people that are circling the wagons with him right now, they got treated like absolute trash by that guy, but they don't care. Because ultimately they are involved in the thing that they say that other people are doing, conspiracy. Look at them. If somebody talked to me like a dog, we'd have a problem. But they don't. All they do is they freaking, they lick the boot of the person in charge, I suppose. It's fascinating to see. But anyway, hey, tonight I'm actually going to end here. I'm not sure who's going, but I'm worn out, man. I had a long day. I had doctor's appointments and everything. So I'm just going to end here. I do appreciate you folks. Like I said, I usually do a redirect, but I'm just tired. I'm worn out. Doctor's stuff and everything wore me out today. So I appreciate you folks. I will probably see you tomorrow, and we'll pick it up then. Thank you.